Today's podcast is sponsored by Security Unlocked, a new podcast from Microsoft, and you can find links down in the description below, and I'm very surprised I didn't start laughing. I was looking at that while I was trying to do the read.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any stupider.
Oh, look at you, old Chris Kringle, St. Nick. I can't call you Scrooge because that's very un-Scrooge-like.
The Christmas demon.
What? For those who are listening on the audio, Paul is in a Santa Claus getup this morning. It might be worth flicking on that video for 5 seconds right. Just to see the humility and the humanity.
Like mouthful here. I can't. I made a fresh cup of coffee. I can't even drink it.
That's fantastic. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
I had to put on my headphones first because
like there was an actual process to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because unless there is some significant news in the next, 10 days or so, this is the last podcast of 2020.
Yeah.
Been one for the books, one might say. I don't know.
Let's put the little lock on that book and throw it in a box and put it in that place at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we'll pretend this year never happened.
Speaking of hell freezing over, I didn't know you bought or you ordered a Mac Mini.
Yeah, I've been waiting on this, so I'm not going to get it until like the middle of January now, which is really infuriating. But the thing that people need to know about this, and I wrote about this in the article, but somebody just pinged me about this on Twitter, and I'm like, yes, I experienced this. It's really messed up. When you go to trade in something at Apple, and it's an Apple device, they have you type in the serial number, right? And then it will correctly identify what you have. And in my case, what I've been waiting on was I have a 2020 Intel-based MacBook Air. And I don't know how it works exactly, but when the M1s were first announced, I couldn't trade it in. It just said it was invalid. And I'm guessing it was because it was too new. And so maybe it crossed like a 6-month timeline or something, but I kept checking and checking. And then one day it came up, and I'm like, great. And what I have, and because it correctly identifies it on the site, is a Core i5, like a Y series, whatever the latest thing is, with 8 gigs of RAM. $620 I was going to get, assuming it was in great shape, which of course it is. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I sent it in. It was December 4th, and so this is like almost exactly 3 weeks ago. I sent it in that day. Oh, I got the box. I'm sorry, I had to get the box first. Sent that in. They acknowledged receiving it. Days and days go by, and then they're like, there's a problem with your computer. It's not what you said it was. It's what you have is a Core i3 with 8 gigs of RAM, and it's like worth $50 less. So in my case, $570. And I was like, fine. I'm like, okay, maybe. I'm like, I feel like I bought the base model, and maybe that must be the base model, and so I accepted it. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it's $50, like whatever. I just want to get this thing moving. At that time, I thought if I could have gotten the gift card that day, I could have gotten this machine by now. Like I would have already had it. And because I kept checking, what does it look like if you order one?
Yeah.
Turns out this third-party company that does trade-ins, regularly engages in fraud, and they undervalue your computers. Like this is something people complain about all the time. I looked it up. On Apple's website, where you look at your purchases, you can see what I bought. It's a Core i5. But I'm just like, screw it. I can't deal with this. Whatever. But I just want to warn people about this. Something to look. I have never had a problem on a trade-in with Apple or any other company. Apple does a great job usually with iPhones. Certainly, is the primary thing I trade in. But I've never experienced this before. It was very strange. So now, anyway, because I waited so long. Well, I didn't wait so long. I'm sorry. They'll send you an email like a week later. It's like, hey, just want to let you know the payment's on the way. And you're like, oh my God, what is seriously? And so I finally got it last night, and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to order this thing. I'm just whatever. So yeah, January 14th. It's like, seriously. But yeah, I've wanted to test this thing. I know I'm going to hold on to it. So I know I could have just bought it and returned it, but that's not what I'm really about. I want to have a Mac. I always have a Mac, at least one Mac. This will be that one Mac.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
I want to hold on to it, until an M2 or something, but whatever. I want to hold on to it. So I didn't want to just do a 2-week thing and then send it back. Like I want to use it over time, because you've seen how new apps have appeared
Hmm.
and it's evolving. But yeah, just a really disappointing experience.
This is just kind of this was on the Twitter. There's actually a couple of news sites wrote this up. Our good buddies Tim Apple and Elon Musk apparently in the middle of like the worst days of Tesla trying to spin up the Model 3, like get the production lines and whatever.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Elon either did contact or tried to contact Tim and say like, look, buy us. He's like, we're struggling. Like this is not going well. Like Apple should buy Tesla. And that was at 1/10 of the price that it is today. Not saying that it made sense, but it kind of came back up into the spotlight since that Apple car stuff made
if
headlines.
Apple was pursuing an automated vehicle, electric car, something, it would have made tons of sense. So here, the two things to that are, it was believed that they had given up on this, but now there are reports suggesting that within a couple of years they're going to release a car. So it's possible this has been an ongoing effort. So why didn't Apple Tim Cook literally never responded to Elon Musk. Why would he have done that? I think I can tell you why. It's because Elon Musk, you might have noticed, he's a little bit outspoken.
Yeah, a little bit.
And one of the things he was really outspoken about was how all of his second-rate engineers would leave the company and head to Apple.
Yep.
And he said that publicly. He kind of referred to, I don't remember his exact words, but Apple was where all of his throwaways ended up, something to that effect. And I'm sure that's what rattled Tim Cook a little bit.
What I can't remember is if that happened before or after that.
I think it was before, because this is pre-pandemic. Because there was a point where Apple's stuff was going. And there was also this didn't involve Tesla, but there was a. Now this might have been several years ago. Actually, there was a problem in Silicon Valley where companies were poaching each other's employees and stuff, and they had these secret agreements not to do that. And Apple very clearly was hiring the best, trying to get the best of the best up, for their own efforts. And Apple, especially at that time, had so much more money than even today probably has, 100 times or 1,000 times as much money as Tesla, but they could afford to hire people away.
Yep.
So Elon Musk was not happy about that, of course, and he lashed out in the way he did. And I think that explains why Apple didn't buy him. But you know what? Honestly, from Tesla's perspective, this company has had an amazing 2020. And, I have my doubts about this guy. I mean, I think he's mercurial in the most extreme ways imaginable. And Elon Musk, that is. But Tesla seems like they've rounded the corner, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like they've solidified that they're not going to turn over.
That's what it seems like to me. Yeah.
Yep. The best part of that, so he made that comment or whatever, and I was reading a Tesla forum because I subscribed to it because of my stupid car. The best thing that came out of this, so it was that comment, and the very first top reply was, and that's why our cars don't have Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, right. And I was going to say, I don't know why I just thought of this, but actually I do know why. My kids are home, for Christmas, and every year here, as at our previous homes, we put the Christmas cards we receive on the back of the front door. I don't know, for some reason.
No, we do
Mark
that too.
Home. Yeah. It's pretty. So Mark, my son, comes home and he's looking at the Christmas cards and he goes, "Why do we have a Christmas card from Ryan Reynolds?"
Oh God.
And I'm like, well, it's because I'm a Mint Mobile subscriber and he owns that company, and he sends his subscribers voicemail messages, and he sends out, he literally sends out a Christmas card to people. It's just one of the fun things. It had nothing to do with me switching to Mint Mobile, but honestly, in some ways, it is the most enjoyable part of it because he's hilarious,
Yeah.
You get a voicemail and you listen to it, it's like, "Hey, this is Ryan Reynolds. How you doing? A little bored here in the pandemic. I just wanted to I'm sorry if I'm rambling." He just talks, and it's it's actually really funny.
Yeah, kind of like her.
Yeah, sure. I think I might just wear this all the time now.
You should. Nice. I mean, I think it's an improvement. I think you get some more.
Thank you. It's warm in all the wrong places.
Actually, I wonder what you really need to do is integrate a mask under there.
Yeah, I was thinking, I could get away with this at the gym, and you wear this as my mask.
Yeah.
And honestly, to the delight of most people, I would imagine. But This is really uncomfortable.
I would
Like,
imagine, yeah.
this would not be good at the gym. Although it would be hilarious.
The other thing you can do too this holiday season, you can.
Jeez. What is that? Is that like an HP thing?
This is yeah, it's the VR headset. You can play your flight.
Have you done it?
Not yet. No, I downloaded it.
Kind of interesting.
Well, I don't know if this one's actually supported. I mean, this is one of those Windows mixed reality ones, so I think it is.
It says, okay, the way they described it was that most
Right.
mixed reality headsets are supported. I don't know what that means.
The problem is this is like a second gen, I think, maybe first gen. So
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
anyway, so you can go play Flight Sim in VR if that's your thing. And really, that's kind of like it. That's like the week. There's just
Yeah, there's not. I mean, there's a bunch of Google antitrust stuff. It's like whatever. Google and Facebook colluded on online advertising.
oh
It's
god, if any part of that comes out to be accurate, they are roasted.
It's like an unredacted filing that the Wall Street Journal reported on. It's not like it came from Bob over, Bob's blog. I mean,
I think that's kind of like the perfect end to 2020 is that Google and Facebook colluded on advertising and dominating that market, which is just perfect for how terrible this whole year's been.
I don't think Google's all that evil. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh my.
They gave me all the results. They did what? Oh.
Yep. Price fixing is an antitrust classic. It's like
that's like there's one thing you want to stay away from. Like if you're trying to break the law, it's price fixing. Like that is
price fixing. Oh, it's just it's beautiful. It's like Burger King and McDonald's get together and decide like hamburgers are always going to cost 99 cents or something. Like,
yep. And then the fact that it was like written down.
I know. Dude, Google had a code name for it.
I know. Like that's
Jedi Blue.
Like, come on, guys. Come on.
And that sucks on two levels because if you follow Star Wars, Jedis are the good guys. Like, I don't know.
Yep. And so I think that's the way the cookie crumbles. Hopefully everybody has a holly jolly holiday, and we'll catch all of you back here in 2020.
A couple things before we leave.
Yeah.
We're doing a live event next week.
Oh, yeah, we are. That's so far.
What is that, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you're not a premium member and you want to see it's kind of a live Ask Me Anything video that we're going to do, and Mehedi's going to be there, which is crazy. I think you have, but I've never even spoken to Mehedi, so I'll try to rein it in with my opinions about his hilarious accent, which I assume is going to be hilarious.
It is. It is thick. Well, it's just an accent. I mean, he's British.
But that will be fun. And then what else is going on next week? I guess nothing else. Well, you and I are going to do some book recordings for the Beneath the Surface, but that won't affect people until weeks later.
So if you're a premium peep, be on the lookout for an email or just a forum post because you'll see that stuff coming across. But if nothing else, everybody have a wonderful holiday, rest of 2020 as best as that can go. And don't forget that today's sponsor is Security Unlocked, a new podcast from Microsoft. You can check out the links down in the description below or go to aka.ms/securityunlocked.
I can't breathe.
For the better.